Lots of interesting developments in the AI space over the last few days. It's hard to keep track of them all. So here's a quick overview of some of my highlights so you can stay informed and on top of your AI game. So this article is getting a lot of circulation, so I thought I'd cover it. It's called The Great Inflection. So it's a debate about if AI is going to lead to explosive growth or not. And we have Matt, an economist, and Timay, an AI researcher, basically debate and battle it out for each of their cases. So Matt is supposing that AI will be a more gradual growth because of the complexity of reality and real world systems. Timay, on the other hand, asserts once we reach new levels of intelligence, it's going to lead to exponential growth. Read the article in the description or just use ChatGPT to give it a quick summary if you don't have the time. So when you consider how much noise Microsoft, Facebook, and Google are making about artificial intelligence, surprising how quiet Apple have been in this space. So we heard they're working on the improvement of Siri, a type of Siri Plus. Siri is pretty great, but to be honest, there's a lot of room for improvement. I have a video a couple of months back where I hooked up Siri using some basic shortcut automations to ChatGPT. So if you want to see how to do that, I'll leave a link in the description. But I use it every day and it's pretty powerful. Back to Apple, rumors are that they're employing an internal chatbot and they're working hard on it at the moment. They're talking about using it for helping support the Apple Care team with support requests and other internal implementations. So Apple's take on this is always they're not usually first to the market. They want to bring out the thing that works and the thing that's of the highest quality. And they're also not really evangelizing or pushing the idea of AI everywhere. If you look at their last WWDC keynote, they didn't mention the word AI once. They did use terms like machine learning. If you're one of the companies that uses Google Workspace, which is basically Gmail for business and the other associated tools, it's worth signing up for Duet AI, which is basically Google's AI plugin using tools like Bard and others underneath to work within the existing suite of apps. So I've seen some cool implementations in demos. I haven't yet got access, but when I do, I'm looking forward to doing a tutorial or two. OpenAI have been more candid this week, talking about how they use their crawlers to pull in content for their GPT models like ChatGPT. And they're going to be using a crawler that has a certain tag so that search engines and websites know where it's coming from and what it's actually doing. So you can actually opt out of this crawling if you want by including that tag into your website. And this is exactly what the New York Times is talking about. They don't want anybody training their models on their content. So there are definitely pros and cons to this argument. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. But this is a demo from Facebook research of some of their audiovisual speech models, particularly using speech recognition for translation tasks. So what's really cool about this is that they're actually taking regular transcription, but what they also do is they're using lip recognition as part of the transcription process for higher accuracy. So that could be pretty good for video cams or when there's strong accents or in noisy environments. It seems like it's going to increase the level of accuracy. You can run the demo with a simple install and I'll leave the link in the comments. So the Stable Diffusion community is on fire. Another new user interface and setup GitHub, which is called Focus. So basically, Stable Diffusion is an open source model. You'd need to set it up on Google Colab or RunPod, or you can access it through the official Stable Diffusion ClipDrop website. But most people use it through services like Leonardo, etc. But Focus, what it's offering is what seems to be a one-click install, really, or at least minimal amount of clicks, where it sets everything up and downloads the models, and you just have to click run.bat, and it'll run locally on your machine. Now, you do need a strong enough machine to run this. They're recommending, minimum an NVIDIA 3060. But it seems like it's going to reduce the barriers for a lot of people to get started. And the interface looks pretty simple. Personally, I'm still a big fan of Automatic 1111 as an interface with all the plugins that come with it. And I'm slowly converting to Comfy UI. I really like its node-based setup. So it looks like the Microsoft and OpenAI relationship is going from strength to strength. And some good news for enterprise users. in regards to ChatGPT. So one of the biggest concerns about using OpenAI and an API for ChatGPT is that you can't be guaranteed how OpenAI is going to be using the data and what data flows in and out. So this new ChatGPT is basically allowing enterprises to privately run ChatGPT on their own networks, and also, from what I see, offering an ability to actually parse the content within their systems and use ChatGPT to interrogate that. So that can be pretty powerful. And I can see where this might go in terms of how Microsoft is working. If you've got all your content and SharePoint in Teams and located across the entire Microsoft suite, now you can plug in ChatGPT, which is isolated on your company servers, have it interrogate all that data. You suddenly get the power of what OpenAI and ChatGPT offers as a natural language interface without the worry of it leaving your environment and going to be processed via an external OpenAI API. Still a lot of security concerns in there, but at least it's moving forward. Inevitably, we're going to see AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud really push these kind of infrastructure services. They stand to make a lot of money from the picks and shovels in any kind of AI boom. So hopefully you learned something from that blast. If you want to stay up to date with what is happening in AI, drop me a subscribe.